What's up, YouTube? How you doing? It's Chris, aka Mr. Ramon 420, and I am here to hopefully brighten up your day. It's Wednesday, and if you guys are having a bad Wednesday, sorry to hear that. Friday should be not that much further around the corner. First off, I want to give a big congratulations to Jamie. She just became the news reviewer on the House of Horrors. I think a lot of great people on there. Check her out. She just did a review for Teeth. Really great review. I'll link her page and the other page too. So definitely check her out. I'm here today to do a review on a film that a lot of people know. It feels weird doing it. A couple days ago, I asked my good friend DX, goes by Dark Knight X. I'm going to link his page below. He does a lot of great tributes and collab videos. Cinematic reviews at times. But all just cool fucking guy. You definitely a benefit to check him out. I know I mentioned him before, but he's just a great fucking guy. He asked me if I could do a review for the original Halloween. I thought, really? Because I guess so. Because I guess I will. I'm honored. Because for one, I call my reviews the Incoherent because I like to ramble, and sometimes it doesn't make sense. It doesn't get from A to B to where it goes. But I appreciate you asked me, and I checked it out, and truthfully, this was actually the first time in so long that I saw it without commercials, it being, censored. It was a nice experience. I was able to sit down, watch on the TV, turn it on, and it's like, enjoy it. A lot of you know the story to it. A lot of you know what it's about. In case for the few of you that you don't, Halloween came out in 1978. It's the story of a 6-year-old boy named Michael Myers who, at that time on Halloween, decided to dress up in a clown outfit, put a mask on, grab a kitchen knife, and kill his older sister. From there, you see a blank look on his face as to why he did it. No one knows exactly. The film goes 15 years in the future to where the doctor that's always been treating him, Dr. Loomis, played by Donald Pleasance, has come to arrive to Smith's Grove's mental institution to see what's going on, because he knows it's Halloween and this is the time that could definitely make him go snap. He's driving up with the nurse, and they both realize that something might be wrong because some of the mental institution patients are roaming around the grounds. Loomis is really worried, really scared. Goes up to the goes up to the front gate, sees the gate damaged and open. Goes check to see what's going on. Gets out of the car. All of a sudden, this creature, we call him Michael, just gets on top of the car, grabs the nurse, almost chokes her out, drives away in the station wagon that they pulled up in, and flies off. Loomis knows exactly where he's going. He wants to go back to Haddonfield. The next day, it's Halloween, and we're back in the town of Haddonfield, Illinois. A young girl, 17, who's played by the very young and very lovely Jamie Lee Curtis. She goes by the name of Laurie Stroud, has been told by her dad that she has to put a key over in front of the old Myers house. The old Myers house hasn't been used since the young child killed his sister. In the process, she meets up with the kid that she's going to babysit later that night. They have a good conversation. He informs her, don't go up to the house. It's haunted. It's cursed. The boogeyman lives up there. She doesn't believe it. She puts the key in the mailbox. All of a sudden, you see the presence of Michael. He's in the distance. And from there, it becomes a continuous stalk of him following her. There's times that she sees him. There's times that she doesn't. One moment he's there, the next it's just... And actually at one point he's actually stalking the boy that she's going to babysit. All through the film, Loomis is warning everyone and explaining to everyone how dangerous this kid is. Well, this guy now, that he could just go apeshit any time. No one believes him, and that's the sad part, because he gives a great explanation as to why he's insane. And all through the day, you get to see certain situations appear where Michael's driving past her. He may pull up behind the bushes. There's certain parts where you just don't know where he's going to come up. And in the process, you get to meet, a couple of her friends, Annie and Lindsay. Lindsay's played by the great actress P.J. Souls. You may have seen her in a few films. One in particular, one of my favorites, Rock and Roll High School with the Ramones. And you also get to find out that Laurie's friend Annie is going to be babysitting a house away from Laurie, so they're going to plan to get together and have a good time later that night. And Lindsay is going to be hanging out with her boyfriend. Hours go by, it becomes Halloween, and Mike decides he's going to follow her. I don't want to get into all the details, because you probably heard before, and plus I don't want to ruin everything for you. But all in cases that it's in a process of Mike slowly gets to his targets, where he first kills Annie, then he goes after Lindsay and her boyfriend after they come to the house, and in the process almost kills Lindsay. But she's saved by Dr. Loomis. He shoots her a few times, and then at the end of the film, he's gone. Is he alive? Is he a ghost? Well, he's alive, but the story continues in Halloween Part 2. Here's the thing. There's a few questions that you gotta ask yourself. Does it live up to how good it was back then? Yes, it does. Does it give you a few certain scares, a few certain creeps that that movies do these days? Absolutely. If a person that has never seen this film before is going to be interested in, I wouldn't say why not. This is a great film. I think IMDb rated as 7.8 or 8.0 on the scale out of 10. It's amazing how little the budget was for this film. I think it was maybe $230,000, and it was written and directed, and the music was composed by John Carpenter himself. It was also produced and written by Deborah Hill, who at the time, I don't believe is anymore, was actually John Carpenter's partner. The most money they spent on for was Donald Pleasance. All around, it was a great cast. With Jamie Lee, this being her first film to appear in, was just showed the range of her of ability. She had the presence of, 1, being sweet, 2, being scared, but 3, being strong. She's definitely up there. There's a reason that she's called the Scream Queen. At the time, she was definitely beautiful. You want to remember her for that, and not the Activia yogurts where I feel refreshed. Really? From the beginning, Carpenter has been able to create a presence in his films. And they were always somewhat disturbing. One of the great things in the film is he pays tribute to the old-time horror films. Especially one scene where the kids are actually watching Howard Hawks' The Thing. It was a nice little homage, since a few years later he'd be doing a remake that surpassed the original. Now, aside from this, the script, which was outstanding, the one thing you always remember is the music. John's ability to create an atmosphere with his music was always a fantastic thing. You could just tell at certain points when just something bad was going to happen, and you just knew it. I mean, aside from Friday the 13th, the pretty easy, pretty simple keys to, the Halloween theme is just widely known. Just always a great thing. After seeing this and running it, I actually am saying to myself, I got to get myself a steelbook of this film. I never thought I would see the day that I would actually purchase Halloween, because for one, it was a franchise, and I thought, well, you can get a franchise anytime. And two, it always came on AMC. So, thank you, AMC, for ruining a good film. You censor it, you cut it up, you put commercials in it. You did a great job. All in all, this is just a great film, and it's definitely the beginning of one of the slasher, franchises. Came before, Freddy, came before, Jason, and surprisingly, it wasn't a really violent film. There were some parts of it that were violent. There wasn't a lot of blood to it, but it had a great presence. And the thing about the first one is, in it, he's not shown as a superhuman beast like he is later down the line, where he's taller and meaner and stronger. I mean, through the whole film, you hear him breathing heavily. And at times you could see him struggle a little bit with, choking someone or getting the job done. That was a nice feel to it. That was always just a good feel to it. I couldn't see enough great things about this film. DX, thank you for, having me review this. It was just a wonderful experience. If you don't own it, run it. If you've never seen it before, you don't know what you're missing, especially if you're a horror fan. I can definitely understand the pre-notions. I mean, I've always been more into the heavier gore stuff, but you know what? Sometimes you need a nice little film that will just give you a nice little kick. I don't know, it's fantastic. I definitely watch it, and I'm definitely gonna look into buying the steelbook. So guys, thanks for checking out my video. That was my review of Halloween. Hope you had a great time. Oh, I forgot to add the joke. How could it be a William Shatner mask if you can pull off the hair and it didn't have a look of pause in his face? Sorry, I just had to get in. Yeah, thanks for checking out. Remember, rate, comment, subscribe, and don't drink the Kool-Aid. Later.